The 10 most famous mythological warriors in history. Explore with us the epic stories of the 10 most legendary warriors, from Sun Wukong to Achilles. Their adventures, filled with superhuman feats and vital lessons, reveal to us the timeless values of courage, wisdom, and the pursuit of the greater good. Number 10. Sun Wukong. Also known as the Monkey King, he is one of the most iconic and beloved characters in Chinese mythology, whose story is detailed in the classic novel, Journey to the West. Born from a magical stone at the summit of the Mountain of Flowers and Fruit, Sun Wukong acquires supernatural powers through dedication and study under the guidance of a Taoist sage. His abilities include incredible strength, the ability to transform into 72 different forms, and the power to travel through the clouds. However, what truly sets him apart is his mischievous wit and his tireless pursuit of immortality, leading him to challenge the gods themselves in heaven, causing chaos in his quest for recognition and freedom. The story of Sun Wukong is not only filled with adventures and heroic feats but is also imbued with profound moral and spiritual lessons. Throughout Journey to the West, Sun Wukong serves as the protector of the monk Tang Sanzang on his perilous journey to the West to obtain sacred Buddhist scriptures. This journey symbolizes the internal struggle between base passions and spiritual elevation, with Sun Wukong facing and overcoming numerous challenges and temptations. Through his loyalty, courage, and redemption of his past mistakes, Sun Wukong embodies spiritual transformation, demonstrating that even the most mischievous and disobedient can attain enlightenment and virtue. His story teaches us about the importance of perseverance, humility, and personal sacrifice on the path to growth and spiritual understanding. Number 9. Gilgamesh. The legendary king of Uruk is one of the most iconic figures in ancient Sumerian mythology and the protagonist of the Epic of Gilgamesh, considered by many historians as the first great literary work of humanity. His story, written on clay tablets over 4,000 years ago, narrates the adventures and challenges of the demigod with a blend of historical and mythological elements. Gilgamesh, known for his superhuman strength and tyrannical rule, embarks on a journey of self-discovery and redemption after the creation of Enkidu, a wild man sent by the gods to distract him from his excesses. The friendship between Gilgamesh and Enkidu becomes the emotional heart of the epic, leading them to confront mythical creatures and challenge the gods themselves. Through his exploits, Gilgamesh seeks immortality, a central theme of his legacy. After the death of Enkidu, a victim of divine wrath, Gilgamesh confronts the reality of his own mortality, undertaking a desperate quest to escape this fate. His journey leads him to encounter Utnapishtim, the only human granted eternal life by the gods. However, Gilgamesh learns that immortality is beyond his reach and that he must accept his humanity. The epic, beyond its mythical adventures, reflects on universal themes such as friendship, power, loss, and the search for the meaning of life. Through the figure of Gilgamesh, Sumerian mythology teaches us the importance of understanding our limitations, the value of human relationships, and the acceptance of our mortal destiny, lessons that continue to resonate today. Number 8. Cuchulainn, whose original name was Setanta, is a central figure in the Ulster cycle of Irish mythology, known for his extraordinary strength, warrior skills, and unwavering loyalty. From a young age, he demonstrated superhuman feats, adopting the name Cuchulainn, meaning the Hound of Cuchulainn, after killing in self-defense the fierce guardian of Cuchulainn and committing to serve as such until a replacement could be raised. His story is marked by heroic feats and personal tragedies, highlighting the famous Toyn Bo Qualanage, the cattle raid of Cooley, where he single-handedly defended the Kingdom of Ulster against the invading forces of Connacht. Cuchulainn is also famous for his training under the guidance of Scathach on the Isle of Skye, where he acquired unparalleled skills in the art of war, including the mastery of the formidable Gai Bolg, a lethal weapon that only he could wield. The legends of Cuchulainn are filled with valuable lessons about honor, loyalty, and destiny. Despite his short life, marked by a prophecy predicting his early end, his legacy as the greatest hero of Ulster endures. In his numerous battles, he demonstrated an unwavering commitment to his values and his kingdom, emphasizing the importance of defending what is just and true, even in the face of insurmountable adversities. Cuchulainn's life also reflects the theme of personal tragedy linked to heroic glory, teaching that even in victory, seeds of pain and loss can nest. His story, rich in symbolism, continues to inspire generations in Ireland and beyond, reminding us of the complexity of human nature and the eternal power of storytelling. Number 7. Sigurd. Also known as Siegfried in Germanic mythology, is one of the most iconic and heroic figures in Norse mythology, whose story is recounted in the Volsunga saga and the Nibelungenlied. The legend of Sigurd is imbued with bravery, the pursuit of truth, and tragedy, elements that capture the essence of Norse myths. Sigurd's most famous feat was slaying the dragon Fafnir, who guarded a vast cursed treasure. Armed with the sword Gram, shattered and reforged by himself, Sigurd ambushed and killed the dragon, bathing in its blood to obtain invulnerable skin, except for a spot covered by a leaf. This act not only demonstrates his bravery but also his cunning and determination. Sigurd's life is full of profound teachings, with one of the most prominent being the Norse concept of fate and how to confront it. Despite prophecies foretelling a tragic end, Sigurd pursues his destiny with courage, teaching us the importance of bravery in the face of the inevitable. His relationship with Brynhildr, a Valkyrie with whom he shares a tragic love, underscores the theme of honor and commitment, as well as the consequences of betrayal and misunderstandings. Sigurd's story, rich in symbolism, such as rebirth through fire and redemption, continues to resonate in modern culture, reminding us that even in tragedy, there are lessons of courage, loyalty, and the pursuit of truth. Number 6. Arjuna. The legendary archer of Hindu mythology is a central figure in the epic poem of the Mahabharata, considered one of the most important sacred texts of India. Son of the god Indra and the princess Kunti, Arjuna was known for his unparalleled skill in archery, a virtue that sets him apart among the 5 Pandava brothers, protagonists of countless feats throughout the narrative. Beyond his mastery as a warrior, Arjuna embodies the ideal of dharma, religious and moral duty, in Hinduism, through his constant pursuit of justice and truth. His spiritual journey reaches its climax in the Bhagavad Gita, a philosophical dialogue between him and Krishna, who serves as his charioteer and spiritual guide on the eve of the great battle of Kurukshetra. In the Bhagavad Gita, an integral part of the Mahabharata, Arjuna faces a profound moral and spiritual crisis, doubting whether to fight on the battlefield against his own relatives, teachers, and friends, who are on the opposing side. It is here that Krishna imparts essential teachings to Arjuna about duty, ethics, and spirituality, urging him to fulfill his dharma as a warrior and to act according to the principle of nishkama karma, that is, to perform selfless actions without attachment to the results. These teachings not only help Arjuna overcome his initial doubts but also offer profound lessons on how to confront the ethical and moral dilemmas of life. The figure of Arjuna, therefore, transcends the realm of mythology to become a symbol of the inner struggle faced by every human being in the pursuit of the greater good and the fulfillment of their ethical and spiritual duties. Number 5. Rama. A central figure in Hindu mythology and the hero of the Ramayana, one of the 2 great Sanskrit epics of ancient India, Rama represents the paradigm of dharma, duty, morality, virtue. His story is an epic rich in adventures, teachings, and spiritual depth, which has influenced not only religion but also the culture, art, and collective morality in the Indian subcontinent and beyond. Rama, the 7th avatar of the god Vishnu, embodies the ideal son, husband, and king, showing unwavering adherence to dharma despite adversities. His 14-year exile, dictated by his father's promise to fulfill his duty as a son. His search and rescue of his wife Sita, kidnapped by the demon king of Lanka, Ravana, and his eventual return to Ayodhya to claim the throne, are fundamental parts of his legend that highlight his just and compassionate character. Rama's exploits not only underscore the importance of righteousness and duty but also offer lessons on love, loyalty, and the importance of relationships. His unwavering devotion to his wife Sita, his fraternal relationship with his devoted follower Hanuman and his brother Lakshmana, and his just and wise leadership as a king provide timeless examples of ethical conduct and personal responsibility. Rama's story, imbued with ethical and moral dilemmas, remains relevant today, offering lessons on navigating life's complexities while maintaining integrity and faith. Ultimately, the Ramayana, through Rama's life, teaches the victory of good over evil and the importance of following the path of dharma, regardless of the challenges and personal sacrifices it entails. Number 4. Thor. The god of thunder in Norse mythology, Thor is one of the most revered and powerful figures in the Norse pantheon, and his story is woven through a rich tapestry of legends, poems, and sagas. Son of Odin, the chief god, and the goddess Jord, Thor is famous not only for his superhuman strength but also for Mjolnir, his indestructible hammer that returns to his hand after being thrown and is capable of unleashing lightning. Through his numerous adventures, Thor defends the gods and humanity against the forces of chaos and destruction, embodied by giants and monsters. One of his most notable feats is his journey to the heart of Jotunheim, the realm of the giants, on multiple occasions to confront his most powerful enemies, emphasizing his role as the protector and supreme warrior of the realms. Thor's stories not only highlight his bravery and physical strength but also reveal profound lessons about valor, protecting the vulnerable, and fighting evil, regardless of the odds. Despite his fierce temper and sometimes impetuous attitude, Thor is a god deeply committed to the ideals of justice and righteousness, demonstrating that true strength lies in both power and heart. His relationships with other gods, humans, and beings from the 9 worlds show the importance of loyalty, honor, and sacrifice. In these narratives, Thor teaches that facing challenges with courage and determination is essential, even when the outcome seems uncertain. Thus, Thor's mythology not only entertains but also offers reflections on courage in the face of adversity, the role of the protector, and the importance of fighting for what is right, resonating with timeless values that remain relevant today. Number 3. Odin. The All-Father is a central figure in Norse mythology, revered as the god of wisdom, war, and death, but also associated with magic, poetry, prophecy, and victory. This complex and multifaceted deity embodies the archetype of the wise ruler, whose appetite for knowledge and power leads him to undertake dangerous journeys and make personal sacrifices. One of his most famous feats was hanging from the world tree, Yggdrasil, for 9 nights, wounded by his own spear, as a sacrifice to himself to gain the knowledge of the runes, which are powerful magical symbols. This story highlights his tireless pursuit of wisdom, often at great personal cost, and his willingness to suffer to gain knowledge and power. In addition to his quest for wisdom, Odin is also known for his preparations for Ragnarok, the end of the world in Norse mythology. He gathers the bravest warriors in his hall, Valhalla, where the fallen in battle, known as Einherjar, reside to fight alongside him in the final battle against the forces of chaos. Through these stories, Odin teaches the importance of preparation, wisdom, and courage in the face of inevitable fate. Despite his knowledge of the tragic fate that awaits him and the gods during Ragnarok, he presses forward with determination, highlighting a lesson of bravery and acceptance of the natural cycle of creation and destruction, a deep resonance with the Norse worldview that values glory in battle and stoic acceptance of fate. Number 2. Hercules. Known in Greek mythology for his supernatural strength and unparalleled valor, Hercules is one of the most iconic and celebrated heroes of antiquity. Son of Zeus, the king of the gods, and the mortal Alcmena, Hercules incurred the wrath of Hera, Zeus's wife, from his birth. To earn a place on Mount Olympus and atone for the involuntary sins he committed, driven by the madness Hera sent upon him, Hercules had to complete 12 nearly impossible labors. These tasks, known as the 12 labors of Hercules, led him to confront fearsome beasts, such as the Nemean lion, whose skin was impenetrable, and the Lernaean hydra, a multi-headed aquatic monster that regrew heads when cut off. Through these challenges, Hercules demonstrated not only his prodigious physical strength but also his wit and endurance, becoming a symbol of overcoming insurmountable adversities. Hercules' exploits, however, go beyond mere displays of strength. They embody lessons of valor, perseverance, and redemption that have resonated through the centuries. Overcoming his labors is seen as a metaphor for the challenges that humans face and the ability to overcome them through effort and cunning. Furthermore, Hercules' story teaches us about the importance of atonement and the path to redemption. Despite the mistakes made, whether by his own hand or under the influence of external forces, there is always a way to amend and grow. Hercules, with his virtues and flaws, personifies the eternal struggle between the divine and the human, offering a lasting reminder that true greatness is achieved by facing life's trials with courage and determination. Number 1. Achilles. One of the most celebrated heroes of Greek mythology, Achilles is a central figure in Homer's epic, the Iliad, which narrates the final events of the Trojan War. Son of Peleus, king of the Myrmidons, and the sea nymph Thetis, Achilles was endowed from birth with the promise of a heroic life, albeit marked by brevity. His mother, seeking to confer immortality upon him, dipped him in the waters of the river Styx, making him invulnerable all over his body except for the heel by which she held him, giving rise to the famous Achilles' heel. From a young age, Achilles proved to be an unmatched warrior, excelling in multiple facets of combat and earning a prominent place among the Greek heroes. His rage, valor in battle, and the inexorable fate that pursues him make him a complex and fascinating character, whose stories are explored through multiple works of ancient literature. Achilles' feats in the Trojan War, especially his duel with the Trojan prince Hector, highlight his superiority as a warrior but also reveal his human side, marked by passion, anger, and pain. The death of his close friend Patroclus at the hands of Hector unleashes unbridled fury in Achilles, leading him to seek revenge without considering the consequences. This thirst for vengeance culminates in Hector's death and the subsequent dishonor of his corpse, actions that trigger a series of events that ultimately lead to the fall of Troy. The lessons that emerge from Achilles' life and actions are manifold, including reflection on the ephemeral nature of glory and fame, the importance of friendship and loyalty, and the consequences of letting anger and the desire for vengeance cloud our judgment. The figure of Achilles ultimately teaches us about the complexity of the human condition, reminding us that even the greatest heroes are not exempt from the virtues and flaws that characterize us all.